What's up, internet? My name's Ori. Welcome back to the channel. It is Wednesday, July 24th, day number 9 inside the Big Brother house. A lot went down inside the house, but not all of it was on the feeds. We're going to go over all of it. We're going to try and fill in the gaps for you. If you are new here, though, hit that subscribe button. You like this video, hit that like button, hit that notification bell. You'll never miss a video. You'll never miss a stream. This is where you're going to want to be all season long for daily live feed updates. First thing every morning. A little bit of a catch up for you if you missed some of the things going on inside the house. Angela is your HOH. She nominated Chemo, Kenney, and Lisa as the OG nominations. Lisa wins veto, takes herself off the block. Matt is put up as a replacement nominee. And he thinks he's good, so good that his somewhat sort of flirt man, showmance MJ doesn't even use her power to save him. He thinks he has a really good shot at winning the BBAI arena, which could take him off the block. He also thinks he's got the votes to stay because of his BS alliance, aka the barbershop, but it actually is BS. Lisa had a blow up on Matt. Angela had a blow up on Kenney, her multiple ones at this point in the season. And poor Quinn is having heartburns from all the fights. So what happened yesterday? What's going down? Angela continued her spiral. And honestly, at this point, I don't even know if we can call it a spiral. Like, if it's just a constant state of being, is it a spiral anymore? I don't know. She's starting to doubt Tucker, who even told her like a lot of really good info. Like, Tucker is one of her closest allies. And he was telling her that, actually, I think MJ might actually be into me right now more than she's into Matt, which is a funny takeaway from Tucker. But also, they were flirting a little bit in their convo the day before. He also thinks that Rubina is locked in, that Brooklyn's in with them too. And then he leaves, and Angela has a little chat with the camera to us, and she's like, all these house guests putting on a show and dance for me. I'm disposable. The dude's your number one, number two at the very least. And she doesn't believe anything that he's saying now at this point. She did have a nice chat with Kenney where they tried kind of clearing the air a little bit. She apologized for, nominations and that she was spinning and still is. Kenney was saying that he was sorry too, with it being his daughter's birthday. Like, not on his daughter's birthday. Come on. And he woke up today actually in a much better mindset, and he's ready to compete. He wants to fight to stay. So that's nice to see from Kenney. Then this is where things start to get a little bit more interesting, and we missed out on, I think, some really juicy stuff. Hurricane Angela met up with Tropical Storm Lisa, and there was some kind of altercation. We didn't get to see a lot of it. What we did see some things, and what we did see wasn't very heated, but very condescending, very pointed on both sides. Angela was pretty much saying that Lisa is with Matt and MJ, and that she wanted Lisa to be her person, but Lisa didn't want the same thing. Lisa said that, hey, I'm not with anyone, and Angela thinks that Matt has Lisa wrapped around her finger. Lisa didn't like that comment. She said, I'm a big girl. I make my own decisions. Thank you very much. I am not wrapped around anyone's finger. And Angela thought that Lisa was running around having conversations with everybody all day about her. And Lisa's like, well, not really. It was about me, but we're doing stuff, right? And playing the game. Or some talks were about how Angela's crazy, but that's what everybody's talking about in the house. Angela also thinks that someone soured Lisa on Angela, right? Someone made her not trust her anymore. She's pretty much implying that it was Matt and MJ trying to get Lisa to say that. She's like, you don't have to say it. I just know it. And then it gets to the point where Lisa pretty much says, listen, being associated with you, it's not good. Like, it compromises my integrity, both like in the house and like professionally and just everything to be associated with you. Or she doesn't even say you. She just says to be associated with it. And Angela goes, "By it, you mean me?" And Lisa's like, "Well, yeah, yes." That is exactly what I'm saying. At some point, Angela must have been calling Lisa Tinkerbell. She said that she had a line about now you can go sprinkle your fairy dust. Later, Angela was watching the HOH cameras and like kind of spinning in her bed, basically saying, like, "Oh, look, I'm Lisa, I'm all high and mighty." We haven't even had an eviction yet. There has not even been an eviction yet, and these people hate each other. It is amazing how fast things have developed. I wish we would have gotten to see it. I Feeds were down for a very long time. I understand the frustration from a lot of people. This has kind of been a thing for a while now, where a lot of times things will happen and they cut the feeds, kind of hoping that nothing too bad gets out there. I don't even know how bad this altercation was, but it definitely seemed like it was a good enough fight. We mentioned that Quinn was having heartburns every time these fights come up. Well, Quinn was apparently brought into it at some point. I don't know exactly how much. I think it's something about the powers were brought up, but I think that was more about saying that Lisa had a power than anything else. Later, Quinn and Lisa had a little conversation, and I guess like there was one we didn't see that might have taken place between them, or it was like during the fight where Quinn was like, "Listen, since you were so honest with me, I just got to be honest with you." And I'll be honest, this felt like Quinn was doing a little dig, right? Like this felt like a very passive aggressive comeback to someone who took a dig at you. So you're gonna be like, "Oh, that's how you want to play it? Well, here, I can throw it back at you." He's like, "Listen, since you wanted to be so honest with me, I just feel like I should be with you." That when you did the veto ceremony, it was kind of like you were joyful, and I didn't like that. I didn't like the tone that you had in it. And he's like, I don't think you were going like me, but it was kind of." Lisa's like, "Really? That was not my intention." And I almost wonder if Quinn was just messing with her. Like, because that's the kind of thing I would do. Like, I feel like Quinn has a very similar sense of humor that I have. And at least that's what I think. I don't know that for sure. But that was just kind of my take on that moment. Later in the night, though, Tucker actually threw Lisa in the pool. She asked for it, but I'm sure he enjoyed it nonetheless. It was probably very cathartic for him. Tucker has a very strong hatred of Lisa, as well as a lot of the house guests. Speaking of Quinn and Tucker, Quinn actually had a little catch up with Joe, where they just kind of talked about, making sure that they have each other's back and want to work together. Both talked about how they like Tucker, so that could just be interesting. We've talked about it before. We can pull up here our allegiance chart real quick. Just the fall that Joseph had in this game. He was up by Quinn, Cam, Chelsea, all the way up top, where I think a lot of like the really good players are right now, and have a lot of social capital with people who have fallen so deeply. And really, I feel bad because a lot of it's not even his own fault. It was just kind of circumstances in this game. And that's kind of why Big Brother's fun, because you know what? Sometimes you can do everything right and still up in a crazy spot just because there's crazy people in there. So just kind of a interesting little thing that was happening there. Speaking of the people up at the top, Chelsea, Cam, and Cedric, we had a really good chat with them in the HOH room by themselves. They were kind of talking game. Cedric hates that Matt is so full of himself, thinking that he's got everybody finessed, that they're all on his side, that he's got the votes to stay. But they all kind of agree that like that's really annoying. They also think that like, hey, right now they're doing really well, and this house has made it really easy with how crazy everybody is. And they feel like they gotta keep focused though, right? They want to make sure they pull Leah into their side as well, but they feel like they have some time to do that. They don't need to rush and try and force it, but they do want to make sure that that happens. They kind of mentioned that if they would win, they would, and Matt was to stay, that Matt, MJ, and Lisa would be good nominees to go up on the block. I don't know if that necessarily makes sense for them. And honestly, I don't think winning HOH is a move for them. I think the three of them at this point, let them stay back and let everybody fight, right? There's no reason the three of them should be winning HOH. None of them would be nominated by, I don't think, anybody in the house at this point. There's plenty of other people that would get nominated. So there's no need to even step up and even do anything. Just let it happen. Throw these competitions. If I was the three of them. Whatever else are we? They were talking about some other stuff. Oh, Chelsea, Chelsea. They were talking about Leah, or not Leah, Lisa, and they were saying how annoying she was. Chelsea actually said that she doesn't think that Lisa is a chef. She's like, did you see the way she was cutting that zucchini? There is no way she's a chef. And Cam, he was talking about how annoying she was, and it was kind of funny because Cedric and Chelsea actually thought that Lisa had like a thing for Cam. That was pretty funny as well. Other than that, we had MJ and Brooklyn having a little chat where they kind of talked about the votes. Like MJ was trying to say, like, what do you think? You think it's good? Um, she basically MJ was saying that she had heard, I guess, from Kenney that Angela thinks there's 8 votes against Matt. But it's like we got the alliance, right? We should be good. It's like I'm so thankful for the BS alliance because they're gonna keep Matt safe, right? Brooklyn kind of agreed. She was like, yeah, everything should be good. Matt and MJ had a very long chat. They went deep into the night, stayed up late flirting. But while that was kind of going on, they were talking about how things are they're going, and the two of them were flirting. And she was like, I might have a thing, little situationship kind of a thing back at home. But even if I didn't have that, I kind of move slow. And then she was like, what do you think about that? What's going through your head? Are you thinking challenge accepted? Or are you thinking like, ah, man, like I missed out? And Matt's like, honestly, both. It's like, I'm trying to be respectful, but this is tough. And then he makes what probably is the funniest thing that I've heard Matt say this entire time until later in the night. He laughs and he says, man, people at home, they're probably saying, this guy's getting yelled at by an old lady. The girl doesn't even like him that much. Like, what else can go wrong? Which again, very self-aware. And I kind of like that from Matt. They did have Cedric kind of join them for a little bit there. And this is where it kind of got interesting, where they were again asking about the votes. And Cedric's like, yeah, it's a thing. And he's like, what do you think could be the worst, case scenario, Cedric? Like, what's the worst thing that can happen? And Cedric's like, I mean, I guess if you don't win the arena and you're still up on the block and then the alliance is fake, which is 100% what the case is. And Matt goes, whoa, like that's kind of realistic. That's scary. It's like, not only is it realistic, Matt, it is exactly what's happening. If you were on the block, you were probably going home. So just kind of a funny little thing. Like I said, the two of them stayed up late flirting with Matt and MJ, not Cedric. Cedric wasn't flirting with them. That would have been really kind of weird if Cedric was flirting with them. Just a 3-way flirt fest. But MJ and Matt stayed up late flirting. At one point, he tried catching a bird. That was kind of a thing. And while they were heading on inside, this was probably the second or the most funny thing that Matt said, along with him getting yelled at by an old lady and the girl that doesn't like him very much. He's getting his laundry and he looks into the camera and he's like, are you guys believing this right now? Do you guys see how I'm locking this down? Enjoy the show. And then he starts doing like karate moves and he's like, bam, boom, bam. He's so confident. He's so confident. And I like, as much as like I want to see him lose that confidence and the vote not go his way, and then he's like, oh man, what happened? I also really want him to stay because just that the rivalry that he's got going on with Angela is too good to give up at this point. I feel like I need him to stay. Yeah, he needs to win that arena. But what do you guys think of everything going on? It's actually probably a shorter video than normal because, again, we missed out on a lot from the feeds, and it's a kind of a shame that we didn't get to see all of that go down. But it is what it is. That's just kind of how it's been for a while now with feeds. And again, it's in an attempt to try and keep things less toxic online, less clips that get, torched and people vilified. And a good example of all this is I don't think anyone here has done anything that is overstepping a line too far, right? Are they maybe making things a little bit personal? It's like, yeah, but you know what? Big Brother's personal, right? At the end of the day, these are people that you're kind of becoming friends with, and then you got to send them out the door and smile to their face and stab them in the back. If you can't get a little personal every so often, what are we really doing? Uh, but I don't think anybody's crossed the line in any way yet this season. Of course, we haven't seen everything, and maybe something did happen in this altercation today, but I haven't seen anything yet where they should have to worry. And I wish they would just kind of show us everything like the good old days. But what do you guys think? Let me know in those comments down below. Thank you guys again so much for watching. If you are new here, hit that subscribe button. If you like this video, hit that like button, hit that notification bell. You'll never miss a video. You'll never miss a stream. Check out the links to all my socials, the description down below, pin comment. Check out things like my Twitter, Twitch, Discord, Kick. I might try and stream a little bit today. There's a brand new game. It's not out, but it's in beta. Marvel Rivals. I've been having a lot of fun with it. So maybe we might try and pop on there. We'll have the feeds kind of in the background. We'll play some games. So keep an eye out on that. We do also have tonight an episode that we'll see the veto take place in. Tomorrow will be the eviction episode. We'll be live here on the channel for that, doing a watch party. So you're not going to want to miss that as well. A lot of fun. I'm having a lot of fun this season. I hope you guys are too. I will see you next time. Oh, also, one more thing. Here's a little word from Leah as we say goodbye.
I will be back tomorrow with live updates of the Big Brother house that you can only find at the live feeds. Be there or be square. Cha-ching!